Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. It's Thursday, and we're all the way up to number 2 on the list of the top 10 promises that God has made to his people. And this was a survey that was taken a few weeks ago. And that actually comes into play for the verse that is number 2 on our list. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope I'm always honest with you. But I thought it would be number 1. I really thought it would be number 1. It's what actually I would have picked for my number 1 right now. It's a promise that I long for to be true and to come to pass. And I know you do too, whether you voted for it or not. And what we're doing, like I say, Rick Warren has told us repeatedly that in his mind or his research, he's found that there are 6,000 Bible promises. And so I made a list. I consulted a lot of the Laguna Woods staff, and a huge list I made, and then I sent it to you guys, and these were your top 10. Number 2 on that list, from 2nd Chronicles at chapter 7, verse 14. And it's obviously all these at the top 10 are pretty famous and well known, as is this one. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and restore their land. It's such an interesting promise. It was actually given to Solomon, King Solomon, at the time that he was completing the temple. The temple was being rebuilt, and God was saying to the Hebrews, if you will turn to me, basically, if you're called by his name, well, that was Israel. Today, our name is Christians, Christ followers. And so clearly, we fall into the same thing, don't we? If my people, well, we're God's people right now. But so were the Israelites right then. And Solomon was finishing building the temple. And God was saying, if you do these things, I'm going to come and inhabit that temple. And you will be my people and all those things. Now, here's one thing. Let me just give you a generalization about Bible promises. When you read a promise in the Bible, understand that some of them are conditional and some of them are without conditions, which basically means God says, I'm going to do these things no matter what. But in this case, and in many of them, God asks us to do something first. And if we'll do those things, then he will do other certain things. This particular one is a conditional promise. So if you want the result, and I don't know anyone right now who doesn't want this, I will restore their land. Our country was founded by Christians on Christian principles. And that's why I believe God has blessed it for so many years. We who are followers, if my people, we are God's people. We want our land restored to the, basically, we were asking for a revival in the land. And that's a beautiful thing. I believe it can happen. It's something that my heart is set on. And obviously yours too, and that's why it came in this high on the chart, so to speak. I'm going to read it one more time, and then We're going to have a song by David and Noel Green that talks about revival in the land, and that's what we're asking of God. And so, one more time, if my people, and that's us, who are called by name, that's us, we're called Christians, will humble themselves, got to do that, and pray, got to pray. And as we pray, we seek his face and turn from any wicked ways that's in our life, confess any sins, and I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins. We know that to be true. That was one of the top 10 verses, 1 John 1:9. If you miss that show, you look up that verse. You need that verse. But he'll forgive their sins and restore their land. Restore their land. That's what we're going to ask of God, and we're going to believe him to do that. I just want us to meditate on that as we hear this song. Enjoy, and don't miss tomorrow's show. Number one in the countdown. God bless.
Can a nation be changed? Can a nation be saved? Can a nation be turned back to you? Can a nation be changed? Can a nation be saved? Can a nation be turned back to you? We're on our knees. We're on our knees again. We're on our knees. We're on our knees again. Let this nation be changed. Let this nation be saved. Let this nation be turned back to you. Let this nation be changed. Let this nation be saved. Let this nation be turned back to you. We're on our knees. We're on our knees again. We're on our knees. We're on our knees again. Can a nation be changed? Can a nation be saved? Can a nation be turned back to you? We're on our knees again. Can a nation be changed? Can a nation be saved?